Coming of the Fuzors is a two-parter which continues to look at the aftermath of what happened but was not covered in Aftermath. You know, the whole aliens quantum wave thingy. However much things have changed, the presence of downed stasis pods is always important, so both sides are always looking to track them down. So when two are detected, the Predacons go to claim them, but Waspinator pauses to think on deep mystery that has presented itself. No, not why fate has made him its chew toy, but the implications of the single moon that is now in the sky. His interest soon draws that of Dinobot, who has been scouting out the Predacon base. A lot easier since security is more lax now. Scorponok and Pterosaur are dead, Tarantulas is in Black Arachnia's head, and she's off running whatever errands he demands that she do. So really, the only security is Waspinator and the auto turrets. Which means the only security is the auto turrets. In his defense, this is the closest that Waspinator has ever come to being hugged by someone. He's relishing the experience. The two are in here because they've reached the same conclusion. Megatron had been right in the first place. The disk did lead them to Earth. Earth of the prehistoric past. On those disks, then, is information about the future. Information that could be very powerful, naturally. But the seals Megatron put in place stop any access. But Waspinator suggests that he and Dinobot work together, and Dinobot agrees. Waspinator shows that there is no I in team, but there is in Igety. Dinobot gets the disc just as Black Arachnia arrives, but despite Tarantula shrieking at her, she doesn't give a shit about him escaping with those. She's already got an unpleasant enough job hauling his body around everywhere she goes, like a gravedigger who's been given some homework. Meanwhile, the Maximals are also checking out stasis pods, but it's bad news all around. Those two are way off in Predacon territory. They'll never reach them in time. Then all the rest are scattered far beyond, so that's going to take an epic adventure for Tigertron and Airraiser that will completely separate them from all of the action here. Hey, it's a two-parter. There's going to be some action. And then the one pod that they have managed to find is a blank. The protoform inside has no spark in it, so it's just an empty husk. Either it was killed while somehow leaving the body intact, I suppose that's possible, or else this is some kind of manufacturer's defect. Sorry, you were born without a soul. I'm afraid you've got no choice but to be a zombie or work for United Airlines. But we do find those two pods near the Predacon base are fully functional, although a third one obviously didn't do so hot since there's bits of robot all over the place. Uh-oh. The DNA scanners are on the fritz thanks to what I believe would be classified as bombardment by an angry god, which violates your warranty, as we all know. So the two occupants are all messed up. One is a combination wolf and eagle, and the other of a scorpion and a snake. Can't imagine that making someone stable.
No, pal, but I'll tell you one thing I do know, and that is, I bet I can thrash your tail. What? You heard me. Come on, Fuzz and Feathers. You and me, we's gonna tangle right here, right now!
Guy's first thought on awakening to the big wide world is to beat up the first person he sees. Not exactly a sign he's embracing this miracle of existence. Inferno spots the two of them fighting and responds with the sound judgment you'd expect from him. He immediately joins in the fight, first with an airstrike, and then with...
Pain is my friend. Allow me to introduce you to it.
It's such a surprise that the Predacons aren't ruling the universe. Megatron finally steps in when Inferno unleashes the flamethrower and starts trying to barbecue the very people he came to recruit. But then again, when you are hired for your flamethrower rather than your judgment, I suppose that's to be expected, right? Once he gets them talking, they reveal that their names are Quick Strike and Silverbolt. He proves that they are Predacons by having them shout their name followed by terrorized to have the transformation code go off, although little do they know that Megatron had hacked in while their security systems were down and changed that. Quickstrike is quite happy with this, but Silverbolt doesn't really like the whole sentiment of terrorizing. Right about now, he feels like a soldier for House Bolton on Game of Thrones, who can't help but think that maybe carrying around a giant flag with a flayed human being on it might make him the bad guy. Meanwhile, at the Maximal base, Rhinox is going to have to take himself offline. The explosion created an opening into transwarp space that they'll be able to exploit. But that means that just Cheetor and Rat Trap are left to defend the base in case Megatron tries attacking again. And they didn't exactly wow us last time, did they? Dinobot's not back yet. Now that he has both discs, he's struggling with the implications of it. If time is immutable, then it means that he is not the master of his own destiny. But if it can be changed, it does offer great power, but only for a single use, since after that, nothing would be certain anymore. He decides to stash one of them for now, giving him time to think about what would be the best thing for him to do. I should mention now that this is the beginning of a major story arc for the character of Dinobot that we'll be seeing throughout the rest of this month and next month, so don't be surprised when the discs turn up again. Speaking of things making their return... and joy dies. Well, now that we've cleared away all the rubble, we can get down to the fighting. Cheetor is spotted, so Megatron orders Silverbolt to fly up and shoot him down. But Silverbolt wonders why they should fight someone who isn't bothering to attack them. Megatron responds with his usual calm and shoots Silverbolt by way of answer. And as far as arguments go, it's both succinct and makes the point clear. So we very quickly get an airborne version of a Benny Hill sketch as Cheetor is pursued by him, Megatron, and Inferno carrying Quick Strike. All it needs is the yakety sax playing and a sexual joke.
Oh, Pussycat, you really know how to tickle my joystick.
Okay, I guess all it needs is the yakety sax then. Fortunately, Dinobot is returned by now, and they break out the big guns to deal with this attack. But in the calm before the shitstorm, we get an update on Tarantulas and Black Arachnia. Seems that while his mind is back in his body, there's still a little bit of a residue in her head, which allows him to control her if he wants to. And being a serial killer, naturally anything that allows him to feel like God, he will use every time. But his Puppet Master stuff is interrupted by a call from Megatron. He wants to finish the Maximals off for good this time, so he and Waspinator are going to have to hook up with Megatron for the epic throwdown. What happens? The answer comes next time.